Hey folks, how's it going? This is Seagull here, back with another video on Disney Dreamlight Valley. So I hope you're all having a happy new year. I was not expecting my first video in 2024 to be about Dreamlight Valley, but we got some interesting news. First though, I figured I'd talk about an interesting thing in the premium shop while I'm here. And, well, we got one new thing in the shop this week, and that is Pizza Planet. Yeah, just the whole building as a decorative item, which costs 2,500 moonstones. And this thing is massive. I struggled really hard to find a good place to put this down, and even when I did, it just barely fit, and that's not where I'm actually gonna have it in the long run. However, unless you really want a Pizza Planet in your valley, I don't think this is all that great an item. Like, I can't even go onto the patio and sit on the chairs. I was hoping we would get Pizza Planet, not particularly through the premium shop, but I think it would have been amazing if it had some functionality. Like, you could work for the Pizza Planet in a somewhat similar way to Chez Remy's. You could, instead of delivering food right to a table that's already inside, you would actually deliver pizzas, and you'd run around your valley delivering pizzas to the different villagers. They may be inside their house, or they may be outside doing something. I think that would have been so fun. It would have offered a fun new activity. Maybe like you could go inside and Rex would be the one giving you a job. I don't know. I'm just trying to imagine a Toy Story character running the place. And I think Woody and Buzz are probably too busy. And I just think it'd be pretty hilarious if Rex somehow ended up running it. It could have been an interesting way of making money apart from the usual activities like pumpkin farming. Anyways, let's move on to the main topic of this video, being the survey. So Disney Dreamlight Valley tweeted, "Your thoughts play an important role in the continued evolution of Disney Dreamlight Valley. To kick off a brand new year, we want to hear from you and get your feedback on the game in a new survey." There are a lot of questions. I think it took me about 10 to 15 minutes to complete. But most of it is stuff like, what country do you live in? Which platforms do you play the game on? What have you bought from the premium shop? Was there enough clarity on unlocking the Dream Snaps feature? Stuff like that. So I'm just gonna focus on the really interesting parts that reveal potential stuff we could get for the game in the future. I'll leave a link to the survey in the video description below, but I imagine it is gonna expire at one point and won't be available to take anymore. So the first two questions I found interesting were 14 and 15. So there's a couple of statements about Star Path rewards and themes, and then there's a slider where you indicate your agreement with either statement or just leave it in the middle if you feel neutral. So the first one is Star Path rewards should come back as items in the premium shop, or that they should never come back as items in the premium shop. It's an interesting debate, and I'm not sure if it's one where I'll always have the same opinion on, but I went with that they should come back. However, it should not be every single Star Path reward. It should only be a few of them, and just not like as a super common thing. So you're not completely destroying the exclusivity stuff with these items, but then at least you give a chance for newer players to eventually get some of them. The other pair of statements is Star Path theme should be similar to the update theme, or Star Path theme should be different from the update theme. I went with that it should be different, because if they were always similar to the update theme, that could be really limiting in terms of the Star Paths that we could get. I think sometimes it would be nice for them to be similar to the update theme, like having like some sort of holiday related character coming into the game like Jack Skellington, and then having the current holiday Star Path alongside him. That makes sense. Next question is, how appealing would the following Star Path aspects be? Please select one option per row, from extremely unappealing to extremely appealing. To see track duties for the Star Path, similar to how it is for quests. This sounds like a good idea to me, so I put extremely appealing. And then being able to complete the Star Path again in exchange for additional rewards. I put extremely unappealing for this because I've seen this in other games I've played. I don't like this. I just want it to end at level 100 or whatever, and not have like some other thing with even more exclusive rewards, and then it's like, oh no, I'm not actually done, and then it makes the whole thing even more grindy. Next, we're asked about potential Star Path thieves, and it was so hard for me to only choose 3. I think they all sound great. But we have Mermaid Star Path, inspired by the Little Mermaid, seashells, beach styles, and aquatic life. Greek mythology, Hercules/Hades, Percy Jackson, and Olympian-inspired content. Mythical, with dragons, phantasmic, fairies, mythical creatures, and attire. Cottage core, nature-inspired content, simplistic outfits, farming/barns, and cutesy farm outcurs. I think this one is going to be very popular. That's probably going to be the top choice. Wonderland, with content and landscaping inspired by Alice in Wonderland. Disney classics, where it's centered around Disney classic IPs such as Pinocchio, Peter Pan, and Robin Hood. Princess, with princess-themed items, iconic characters, dresses/suits, carriages, and dream styles for the princesses in the valley. Gamer, with a path featuring items inspired by the modern day gaming aesthetics such as RGB items and attire. We have a little bit of that already with the Twitch drop rewards that were only available for a limited time. And then decades, where content is inspired by various decades. So I went with mythical, cottage core, and Disney classics, though I wish I had also chosen mermaid so we could get some more beach stuff as well. But yeah, I mean, maybe we could still get at least most of these, but then they just prioritize the ones that get the most votes. We could definitely use some more Disney classic stuff, so I would love to see that. And then, which improvements would you like to see added to the Star Pass? Select up to 3 options. Adding more duties and rewards, ability to track one duty, like tracking a quest, ability to have an unlimited amount of duties and claim star coins or craftables on the additional pages, ability to repeat the Star Path and exchange the same item for a special treatment like sparkles or visual effects, weekly and daily based duties, introducing different types of rewards, or other. I know I chose the ability to track one duty, but I can't remember what else I chose. I think I also chose weekly and daily based duties, just so that there is a little bit more to do in the game and more reason to come back and play often. I don't want them to ruin the cozy and relaxing feel of the game though. I don't want them to affect the difficulty of the Star Pass that much, especially not to the point where you feel obligated to do all of the weekly and daily based duties just so that you can get enough points fast enough to get all the rewards in the Star Path. Moving on to the next question, we have how clear are Star Path duties written in riddle form? For example, in recent updates, we have challenged players to speak to an exceptionally unexceptional villager rather than plainly asking players to speak with Mirabelle. I think that was a really cool thing. I hope they keep doing that. So you can choose one option ranging from I'm not aware of the new duties in the form of riddles to very clear. To me, they are usually pretty clear, like with the exceptionally unexceptional example. I rewatched Encanto recently, so I knew, okay, I gotta speak to Mirabelle. So it kind of tested my Disney knowledge a little, so that was cool. But I don't remember the exact Star Path duty it was, but there was one relating to hanging out with a magical villager, something like that. So that meant hanging out with Merlin, but I had the fairy godmother, and when I was hanging out with her, it didn't count for some reason. In my opinion, both Merlin and the fairy godmother should have counted. Question number 22 asks, we are evaluating new types of offerings for the future of Disney Dreamlight Valley. How appealing would it be to see the following offerings available in the premium shop? Please select one option per row, scaling from extremely unappealing to extremely appealing. A theme bundle featuring a mix of furniture, a house, skin, and clothing. That seems like a pretty predictable one. Downloadable content centered around animal companions. This could be interesting. I don't know if this will just be more reskins of existing ones or entirely new animal companions, because I would love to see more new ones, especially ones that are actual Disney characters and not just like a raccoon or a giraffe. I don't know why I thought of giraffes, but anyways, a building that comes with an arrangement and additional items around the house. I think that would be nice to have some items that are meant to directly match with that. So yeah, that one I think is pretty appealing. The last one, though, is by far the most interesting one to me. Downloadable content introducing seasonal weather changes to your village. The example they gave is a bundle containing snowflakes and snow-covered foliage. This would be so cool. I do think Disney Dreamlight Valley needs more life sim-like elements. I don't need it to be completely like The Sims, but Seasons does tend to be my favorite Sims expansion pack, so that would be really interesting to see that in Dreamlight Valley. I wonder how they would give this to us, though, because it kind of sounds like it could be a dream bundle, just not something you would get from the premium shop. Even though I don't really like dream bundles as a concept, I guess that would be the way of them giving seasons to us without us having to cross our fingers and hope that, hey, maybe this week a seasonal bundle will be available that gives us weather. Speaking of dream bundles, they do ask a few questions like which of the two did you buy and why didn't you get the ones that you didn't get. And they asked also, we recently added Ursula's Transformation Dream Bundle to the shop and are considering future Dream Bundles. Which characters would you feel most excited to have as a Dream Bundle? I don't know if I'd be particularly excited for any of them, but I guess if we were to get one that gives us snow, then Kristoff would make a lot of sense. Then we have another couple pairs of statements, this time focusing on new items and biomes. So the first one is, I would rather purchase original Disney Dreamlight Valley items inspired by Disney lore. And the other, I would rather purchase items that can be seen in Disney movies / parks. And I sided more with the latter. I would love to see more items that are direct references to things that we see in the movies and theme parks. The other one we have is similar to the game today. I would prefer to see more realistic biomes that allow you room to decorate and define them, versus I would prefer to see Disney-themed biomes with more direct references to film locations. I actually went with the latter one again because I think now we do have plenty of those realistic biomes that we can define on our own. So while I'm really hoping we get that magical volcano as a biome we can see in the background of Forgotten Lands, I'd love to see a change up with some future biomes. I think that could help keep the game interesting. The next question is what I wanted to see the most on this survey. How appealing would it be to see the following characters added to Dreamlight Valley? Again, on a scale of extremely unappealing to extremely appealing. Lumiere and Cogsworth, Timon and Pumbaa, and Rex and Bo Peep. I am surprised they only asked us about these and not even more, but I put extremely appealing for all of them. With both Lumiere and Cogsworth and Timon and Pumbaa, I'd love to see them as a duo character, so they're always walking alongside each other and acting as a pair instead of them always being individual. It could be an interesting way of shaking up the usual formula. And with Timon and Pumbaa, I think it'd be really funny. It's like when they're just walking, you see them walking casually beside each other, but then when they do the running animation, Timon would ride Pumbaa and hang on for dear life. I think that would be so funny. Next is, what multiplayer features would we like to see added most to Disney Dreamlight Valley? And we gotta select up to 3. So, taking pictures with others. I haven't actually played multiplayer yet, so I'm surprised that's not already a thing. Valley activities with others like fishing, cooking, and farming. Emotes. I know I have talked multiple times about how much I would love to see emotes, so that's my number 1 there. Completing quests with others. Ability to trade custom fashion / furniture designs with others, and none of the above. I believe the other ones I chose were ability to trade custom fashion furniture designs, because that would really help with the staying power of this game, and also valley activities with others, just so that there is more to do with multiplayer. Depending on which of these you check off, you're then asked how often would you expect to engage with these features. So I put extremely often for all of them, except for valley activities with others, because, I mean, I don't expect to use multiplayer a whole lot, so I just put often. But yeah, especially emotes. I don't want that to be just a multiplayer thing though. I would love to be able to, similar how in like Animal Crossing New Horizons, if you do an emote near a villager, they'll react to you. Because I recalled an experience very early on with Dreamlight Valley where Anna was just praising me, and then I'm like, "Oh, I want to react, but all I can really do is just kind of run around in a circle. I can't really do anything back." And that's all the highlights I have for this survey, so not really as much potentially revealing stuff as I remember seeing on that other survey we got several months back, but it is good that they are still taking feedback from us even after early access is over, and definitely some of that stuff I would love to see. Like, yeah, hopefully we'll finally get Timon and Pumbaa, and having the ability to track a start path duty would be a really nice quality of life improvement, and having seasons in the game would be so great. But I'm going to wrap things up here, so feel free to let me know your thoughts on the survey in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching.